Let's talk about the first of two forks you should be paying attention to. And I have actually been I'm always extremely hard on cryptocurrency projects. I think anybody that watches the channel is aware of that. And there was one that came out a little while ago that was forked from kaspa that promised to be ASIC resistant and hopefully like mitigate or be FPGA resistant as well. What we found is it was pretty much a direct fork, except they added in the Blake 3 to the hashing algorithm that did temporarily push ASICs and FPGAs off, but FPGAs adapted very quickly and were on the network within like a week. And that was Carlson. The actual algorithm was called Carlson Hash. And now we have an announcement for Carlson Hash v2, a GPU optimized hashing algorithm with FPGA mitigation and ASIC resistance. We're excited to share that the Carlson team is currently evaluating the latest iteration of our hashing algorithm, Carlson Hash v2. This version is specifically designed to enhance GPU mining performance while simultaneously diminishing the efficiency of FPGAs and ensuring complete ASIC resistance. Its design draws inspiration from the Fish Hash white paper, which is, of course, going to be the algorithm that was developed for Ironfish, and then of course on top of that was developed by the developer of the LOL miner. So to keep in mind, this is definitely the same developer that also created the hashing algorithm for Flux and is very focused and has been very successful at both FPGA mitigation and ASIC resistance. So that's something to keep in mind and is currently being evaluated by the Carlson team. In addition to Carlson Hash v2, we are also actively encouraging the development of community-generated hashing algorithm proposals. We believe that the combined expertise of our community members can lead to the creation of even more innovative and efficient algorithms. If a community-generated proposal surpasses our own, we are committed to allocating 50% of our development fund to support its further development. We anticipate launching a public testnet for Carlson Hash v2 in the coming weeks. This will allow our community members to test and provide feedback on the algorithm before its official release. So a couple things here that I want to address is one, obviously, super bullish on this. This can also have a pretty large impact on price. Because FPGAs are so efficient, their cost to mint is lower, which means that they can afford to sell lower, which means that you add that selling pressure, additional selling pressure onto that particular cryptocurrency, which drives the price down. In theory, once you get those off of the network and you have a larger supply of GPUs mining, your cost to mint goes up, which then has a driving factor on the price typically to go up. We've seen this before on other coins that have had this transition back and forth. It doesn't always happen, but it is possible. It just depends on if the coin can do other things that attract the retail market, which is up in the air with Carlson Hash as it sits, because we're really the main seller of this is going to be the ASIC resistance version of kaspa. Now, in my humble opinion, there's still a large factor here that is potentially negative, on the negative side with Carlson Hash or Carlson in general. And that is the fact that it has been released with potential FPGAs on the market already. And what happens when FPGAs build up their bag and then they get kicked off the network, they sell. So you can have an immediate price impact of decrease in that cost. The other thing is what you have is basically an incentive for manipulation of the volume, and you have a community that doesn't care about the coin because they're not mining it anymore, that potentially has larger bags of that particular cryptocurrency. I would have preferred, I think, if you're going to do a project like this where your aim is to basically have ASIC resistance for a fork of something that is mineable with ASICs, is to not release the network until you have the hashing algorithm in place, which Doesn't seem like rocket science to me, but nobody appears to do ever. And I don't know why. It's just baffling to me that it's like, we're going to put this in our white paper. We're going to release the network, and we're going to straight fork it. But we didn't have the forethought of being like, oh, if this is our goal, why don't we have that goal met before we even release it? It's very weird to me, but you should be paying attention to Carlson nonetheless. I think it's the stronger of the two forks because of this, that being Pyron hash and of course the Carlson hash. Hopefully we'll see this move forward in the proper direction. I think they are looking at the correct direction, going off of Fish hash, what they've done there, which of course has been developed for a long time, you know, starting with essentially Flux. So it's been around a long time as far as like the practices that are put into place there. It's proven to be effective in the past, so hopefully it'll be effective in the future. The second token that we have to talk about here is going to be Hypera, aka Ethereum. The reason why Hypera is going to be interesting is that it is now the only proof of work chain to enable Shanghai. And so this is coming from Ethereum. Remember, we had Ethereum out and everybody was worried about like trying to figure out what the next proof of work Ethereum was. There was, you know, talks of Ergo, which had its struggles. We're going to be talking about Ergo in the future too, of course, here in just a second. But you had Ethereum Classic, which went a completely different route. And then now we have this, basically this version of Ethereum that replaced SHA with Blake 3. And then now, in addition to that, was able to apparently fork or basically copy over all the changes and enable Shanghai. This is pretty awesome, in my humble opinion, a technical feat for proof of work mining that I think is important. It says Hypera development team is proud to announce that the Gasper fork has been successfully activated on the cryptocurrency network. On block, after 1.6 million blocks mined, the Hypera blockchain is on par in features with the Ethereum mainnet. The Hypera network is a proof of work Ethereum chain that has implemented the Blake 3 algorithm, which we have covered in exhaustion on this channel. Of course, the biggest trend in proof of work cryptocurrencies right now is Blake 3. Everything is moving from SHA to Blake 3. This has been, you know, the thing to do for lots of reasons, including, of course, efficiency and etc., ease of use as well. But Blake 3 is kind of the new standard. A lot of people are even just forking to basically old projects, replacing SHA with Blake 3 and moving on. This algorithm is a variation of the ETH hash algorithm used by the Ethereum network before switching to proof of stake, but with increased efficiency and security measures. Hypera cryptocurrency has implemented Blake 3 algorithm to achieve decentralization and prevent the dominance of specialized mining hardware. This creates a fair environment for miners and reduces the risk of centralization in the network. The Shanghai EVM upgrade is a major milestone for the Hypera, as it is the first proof of work Ethereum chain to implement this upgrade. This upgrade was proposed by Ethereum community in April 2023 to improve the overall efficiency and security of the network. The Shanghai upgrade also introduces new opcodes that allow for more efficient and secure smart contract development. These new opcodes enable features such as push 0. In comparison to other Ethereum forks, such as ETH Proof of Work or ETH Fair, Hypera stands out with its implementation of Proof of Work and now with the Gasper upgrade bringing Shanghai features onto their network. The other important thing to note here is that because of the Blake 3 implementation, also because of some of the other changes they did to the algorithm, they are a lot more ASIC resistant than any of the others, meaning even right now with ETH Proof of Work and ETH Fair, you can put Ethereum ASICs on the network. You cannot do that right now with Hypera. So there is that important note to make as well. With this accomplishment, Hypera solidifies itself as a competitor in providing fast and efficient transactions while remaining true to decentralization principles. Overall, the upgrade brings significant improvements to the Hypera network, making it a more attractive platform for developers and users alike. By implementing this upgrade, Hypera is further solidifying its position as a leading proof of work Ethereum chain and paving the way for future advancements and developments. So it does go on to say why, and I think this is important, but I do want to mention something. because of this is obviously a feat in and of itself, so I don't want to take away from that, but it's important to keep in mind that all of the things that Shanghai were supposed to bring along, like cheaper fees, faster transactions, etc., for Ethereum have proven out not to be effective. So I think you still run into the same problems of slow transactions and high fees on Hypera if given the amount of activity on Ethereum moved to Hypera. But that can also be a good thing for GPU miners because it does drive fees up, which means the GPU miners get paid out more. Kind of a double-edged sword there once you start thinking about it, right? Hypera's implementation of the Shanghai upgrade is a significant achievement that we are able to accomplish because we have an active team of experienced developers. Other proof of work Ethereum chains may face technical limitations or challenges in implementing the Shanghai upgrade, as they may not have the same level of experience and knowledge of Ethereum as the Hypera team. Additionally, Hypera's dedicated team of developers and community members have worked tirelessly to ensure a smooth implementation of the upgrade. The potential growth and development for the network, Hypera's achievements in implementing Shanghai features through Gasper upgrade have certainly put them ahead in terms of technological advancements among other EVM networks, which I would agree with. This could make them more attractive, make them an attractive option for developers seeking a reliable platform that offers both scalability and security without frequent disruptions or upgrades. By being the first and only proof of work Ethereum chain to enable the Shanghai upgrade, Hypera is setting itself apart from other networks and establishing itself as a leader in the space. Blah, blah, blah. Goes on to pump themselves up. So, excuse me, the cedar is getting to me today. So obviously, the important part here is that Hypera's done something on the proof of work side that other chains have not done, which is obviously commendable. So it's important to pay attention to that. It's also nice that they've already moved over to adding Blake 3 into ETH hash, pushing off all of the ASICs, giving GPU miners an advantage here. So 2 forks here that are really important for GPU miners to be paying attention to as we move forward. For those that are not mining it, you might want to pay attention to these 2 in particular because they will drive a higher cost to mint, which means you have more potential for growth in the future just from a purely economic standpoint. So take a look at them. Now, you guys mined during the bear market. You made it through. Well, at least maybe a half of you. I know a lot of you motherfuckers over here didn't actually do it, but the ones that did, I have a new shirt for you guys. And it says, I mined with the bears for the bear market. Okay. So if you mined with the bears and you want to rep that you did mine during the bear market, go ahead and head on over to shop.sonofatech.com and the listing will be down below. I'll put it in live chat right now. I have a sweatshirt. There's a sticker if you'd rather have a sticker, t-shirt, premium shirt, all that cool stuff. Really like the new shirt. I ordered a few for myself and I just had that design finished this week. Eventually it'll be on the YouTube channel, but that takes a little bit of time. So just give it some time. Proceeds of course go to supporting me in the channel. So there you go. And I thought we put some work into it and I thought you guys might enjoy it. Thanks for watching this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here and don't forget to subscribe down here as well. You can also check out my crypto mining e-course at sonofatech.com where you can get a free month of supporter status with a purchase at sonofatech.locals.com. Also, don't forget to check out my merch underneath the video or at shop.sonofatech.com. I'll see you next Tuesday.